People who claim their lives were ruined by the Dr. Phil show. While many claim that Dr. Phil has helped transform lives of many disturbed guests, there are also lives that people believed he has ruined. The fact that Dr. Phil isn't a licensed doctor doesn't help. Also, him exposed in personal details about his guests is a cause for concern for many. In this video, we take a look at guests who claim their lives were ruined by Dr. Phil. The Dr. Phil house isn't fun. For special guests in need of more extensive treatment than one Dr. Phil episode can offer, McGraw offered a stay in the Dr. Phil house, which according to a lawsuit brought by some guests against McGraw and CBS via the Orange County Register, was nothing more than a cramped, windowless mock house on a soundstage in a bad neighborhood. Shirley Ray Jew, one of 6 guests staying in the house and attempting to work through trust issues with men in 2007, claimed she was subjected to a variety of traumatic experiences during her stay. In addition to emotional and physical abuse, Jew claimed that McGraw tried to brainwash her. She was also allegedly forced to be in the same room with a completely live naked man while he exposed his entire naked body, genitals and all, according to the lawsuit via TMZ. Jew claimed that when she tried to escape the house, she was blocked by the staff to prevent her from leaving. In response, representatives for the show released a statement via People. All of Shirley Ray Jew's claims are without merit. Once Ms. Jew expressed her discomfort, and producers ascertained there was nothing they could do to help her, they called a car service to return her to her home. The statement also noted, Ms. Jew filed a claim with the Los Angeles Police Department some 9 months after the incident, which was investigated and ultimately not pursued by the Los Angeles City Attorney. Bambi Bambanuk's rough life only got worse after Dr. Phil. Cop-turned-murder convict, Lori Bambi Bambanuk wasn't exactly living her best life when she agreed to appear on Dr. Phil, but things were about to get worse. According to the Los Angeles Times, Bambanuk was given life in prison for killing her ex-husband's first wife in 1981. She then escaped through a laundry room window, became a folk hero of sorts, and reached a deal to serve her remaining sentence on parole. But Bambanuk wanted her name clear and Dr. Phil could help. According to the Chicago Tribune, show producers agreed to pay $20,000 to test the DNA evidence in her case. In return, Bambanuk would appear on the show to reveal the results, yet her lawyer, Mary Waller, told the Los Angeles Times that the living arrangement that the show set up for Bambanuk was disastrous. They put her under constant videotaping and a 24-hour-a-day guard by a former police officer, and the claustrophobic setup triggered her. She told them to stop. Waller said. Then she panicked and tried to get out a window. She fell and severely injured her foot, which has now been amputated. Friend Ira Robbins told the National Enquirer that Bambanuk lost more than a foot that day. Since the incident, Lori has not been able to work or support herself. He said. She said many times that she holds Dr. Phil and his producers personally responsible for ruining her life. Worse yet, Bambanuk died of liver failure at 52 without having her name cleared. Phil willing to let his guests come close to death. After winning Survivor in 2007, Todd Herzog struggled with alcoholism so heavily that his family sought out Dr. Phil for help in 2013. A few days later, Herzog was being helped onto the Dr. Phil stage, so intoxicated that he could barely walk. According to Herzog, he was only drunk because alcohol was available to him backstage. At per stat, in his dressing room, he found a bottle of Smirnoff vodka. He drank all of it. He also said a staff member gave him a Xanax to calm his nerves. Representatives from the show denied both claims. On stage, McGraw told him, "I've never talked to a guest who was closer to death." He may have been right. The effects of mixing these alcohol and Xanax can be fatal, which Herzog apparently felt was a risk the show took to show the pain he was in, per stat. Herzog ended up appearing on Dr. Phil 3 times, getting clean after a few relapses. But he also told staff that there were things about the show that he didn't like and didn't think were real. In the end, Herzog remained somewhat unequivocal about his Dr. Phil experience. In his 2018 Reddit AMA via E!News, he said he was grateful in a lot of ways for the show, particularly for landing him in such posh rehabs. However, in the same chat, he also said that he is not a fan of McGraw. Alright guys, that's all for the video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching.